Hello, Majid English 8 here. Thank you for watching my videos. I hope they are helping you improve in your advanced English grammar. And if you find these videos useful, please kindly share them with your friends, like them, leave your beautiful comments, and in case you haven't still subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. All of these will be useful for my channel. Today I am with you with another video on Communicate What You Mean, our lovely book for advanced grammar, especially useful for language learners aiming to get a high grade on IELTS or TOEFL or any other standardized test. So far we have covered 22 videos of the book, and today I am with you with the 23rd, and this is the wrap up of our adverb clauses. So here our talk is adverb clauses summary and some exercises. Let's get down to business and see what adverb clauses were for us. Essentials to better understanding of this video are videos 1, 13 and 22. Video 1 talking about the basics of phrase, clause and things. Video 13 on adverb clauses introduction, and 22 reduction of adverb clauses. So in a short summary fashion, I just let you know what these concepts are. If you want more details, please go and watch those videos. What is a phrase? Two or more words that do not form a clause. What is a clause? The combination of a subject and a verb gives a clause. And you know that a clause is of two types: independent, dependent. Regarding the meaning, independent can stand on its own, dependent needs something. So we are covering three types of dependent clauses in this book: adverb clauses, adjective and noun clauses. And this chapter for us covered just adverb clauses, which are divided into time, place, reason, purpose, manner, contrast, condition, and result. We talked about them one by one in details in the previous videos, but here just a wrap up. So, says she lives there. There is an adverb of place. She lives in that apartment building. In that apartment building, because it is a combination of two or more words and it's not a clause, it is a phrase. In that apartment building is a phrase functioning as an adverb. So adverb, phrase. And she lives where we went to Dave's birthday party. Where we went to Dave's birthday party again functions like an adverb, but it satisfies the criteria for a clause. So it is called an adverb clause. We went to Dave's birthday party, independent clause. Where we went to Dave's birthday party, dependent clause, adverb clause. Okay, I hope you got it well. Different types of adverb clauses we have covered so far: time, place, reason, purpose, manner, contrast, condition, and result. Adverb clause markers of time: after, as long as, soon as, before, since, until, when, whenever, and while. Place, where, wherever. Reason, because and since. Purpose, so that, in order that, very useful. Manner, as if, as though. We have covered all of them. Contrast, although, though, even though, while, or in spite of the fact that. Adverb clauses of contrast. Condition we talked about: as long as, if, in case, provided that, unless and whether or not. Result, so adjective that, so adverb that, so many or much noun that, and such adjective noun that. We talked about them. And on page 122, page 124, these two pages, we talked about reduction of adverb clauses. So we combine two clauses together, one dependent, one independent clause together to make a subordinated clause. But on page 122, we teach you how to reduce the adverb clause to make it look more professional. How? Like this. In case of reduction of an adverb clause, if there is a to be in the sentence, if there is a to be in your adverb clause, or if there is no to be in the adverb clause, in both of them, first you need to omit the subject because the subject is repeated. Then, if there is a to be, omit the to be. If there is no to be, add ing to the verb and make necessary changes. A reduction of adverb clauses. And you know that the essential to reducing the adverb clause is subjects of the dependent and independent clause must be the same. Some examples of reduced adverb clauses, for example, before finishing, he dashed out the door. So previously it has been, for example, before he finished. Before he finished, he dashed out. Or while singing, she was all running and jumping. For example, Jennifer Lopez. While she is singing, while she was singing, she was all running and jumping. Arriving early, they got front row seats. So, for example, because they arrived early. After finishing her homework, she went to bed. After she finished her homework, she went to bed. And realizing they were lost, they asked. Because they realized they were lost, they asked for directions. Okay, this is reduction of adverb clauses. So it was a summary of adverb clauses and how to reduce them. Now, page 125, exercise 25 of the book. Here you see it says, when our student complete the sentences. Okay, here I have provided the answers for you. Number 1. Since coming to the city, I've discovered many new opportunities. For example. Number 2. Before leaving for work, he usually remembers to turn off all the lights. And you see, they are all reduced adverb clauses. Number 3. While going to the store, Nargis bumped into an old friend. So it is originally, while Nargis was going to the store, Nargis bumped it. So repeating the subject 2 times is not that beautiful. That's why we came up with the idea of reduced adverb clauses. You see, it's more beautiful than repeating the subject, and that's not beautiful. Number 4, wanting to improve my health, I started exercising regularly. So originally it was, for example, because I wanted to improve my health, I started to. Reduced. Number 5, believing that honesty is the best policy, she always tells the truth. So originally it is because she believes that. Because she believes, omit the subject, omit because, and add ing to the verb. After receiving your email, I will review the document. After I receive your document, after I receive your email, I will. Reduced. When not knowing the answer, Jane often asks for help. When not knowing the answer. When Jane does not know the answer, Jane often asks. When Jane does not know, Jane asks. And not sleeping enough the night before, she decided to take a nap. Not sleeping. Because she did not sleep enough the night before, she decided to. Number 9, while talking on the phone, the accountant accidentally knocked over his coffee. While the accountant was talking on the phone, the accountant accidentally. So while talking. And number 10, since starting this course, my understanding of the subject has greatly improved. Since I started this course, my understanding. Okay, so this is the story of reduced adverb clauses. And now, page 125, section 1. This exercise is not very difficult, but because it is in the book, we cover it. It says, first underline the adverb clauses, then identify the meaning of the subordinating conjunction. For example, time, place, contrast, or whatever. So, let's cover it. It says, although the institution of marriage has suffered in many countries, in the past few years, there has been an unusually large number of divorces in the United States. So, although Adverb clause of contrast. In the past, when two people married each other, they did so with the idea of staying together for life, forever, for all their life. So when, adverb clause of time. Married each other, not married with each other. Marry each other, marry a person. But today, many individuals seem to enter marriage with the feeling that they can always get a divorce, provided that the marriage does not work out. Provided that, if. So it is adverb clause of condition. Just one point here for you guys. Individuals. Instead of talking about people, instead of repeating the word people, many people seem, many individuals seem. Enter marriage. Enter marriage. Beautiful. In the past, a large majority of, beautiful, please transfer these into your vocabulary notebook. Americans frowned at the idea of divorce. Frowned at the idea of divorce. So frown at something. Frown at the idea of. Very beautiful. Of divorce means they disapproved of it. They didn't like it. Furthermore, and many people believe that getting a divorce was a luxury that only the rich could afford. Only the rich. The plus an adjective means all the people who. So the rich means rich people. For example, we say the rich are responsible for the poor. Means rich people are responsible for poor people. Indeed, getting a divorce, get divorced, get married, get divorced was very expensive. However, since so many people have begun to take a more casual view of marriage, it is interesting to know that the cost of getting a divorce are lower because so many people. So, adverb clause of cause. In fact, wherever you go in the United States today, it's not unusual to see newspaper ads that provide information on how and where to go to get a cheap divorce. It's not unusual to do something beautiful wherever, adverb clause of place. Paragraph 2, in spite of the fact that, adverb clause of contrast. Hollywood has always been known as the divorce capital of the world. Divorce capital. Beautiful. Today, the divorce rate among the movie stars is so high that, so adjective that, adverb clause of result, it is difficult to know who is married to whom. If, condition, you are interested in this kind of information. Today, many movie stars change husbands and wives as though manner they were changing clothes. Until time, the institution of marriage again becomes a serious and important part of many people's lives, we will probably continue to see a high rate of divorce. Okay, so this was just a review on the types of adverb clauses. I guess it was not that difficult for us. We will head for page 126, section 2, combine the groups of sentences using adverb clauses. It says, the last test was difficult. I received a high grade on it. I had studied for it. So you see, these two clauses have a contrast between them. So we say, although the last test was difficult, comma, I received a high grade on it because or since I had studied for it. Number 2. Part 3 of the test was long. I almost didn't finish it. So part 3 of the test was so long that I almost didn't finish it. So adjective that. Number 3. Ms. Golden is very nice. She permitted some of her students to finish part 3 in her office at noon. She was eating lunch. So, Miss Golden, as the name suggests, is very nice because she permitted some of her students to finish part 3 in her office at noon while she was eating lunch. Okay? Because and while. A few students start studying. They will not pass the test. Even though a few students start studying, they will not pass the class. So, contrast. And number 5, some students in the class stay up late at night. They manage to get to class on time. So there is a contrast between these two. Although some students in the class stay up late at night, they manage to get to the class on time. Adverb clause of contrast. And section 3, page 127, complete the sentences with adverb clauses according to the meaning in parentheses. Let's see. Number 1. Both Ms. Berryman and Ms. Pearson gave too much homework. So we need a contrast here. It says, although we usually do not have enough time over the weekend, comma, both Ms. Berryman and Ms. Pearson give too much homework. Because we start our subordinated clause with a dependent clause, we need a comma in between. Number 2. During tests, they usually let their students sit, place, and condition. So, during a test, they usually let their students sit wherever they want to, condition, provided that there is enough room. Room and noun count. Noun here means space. It's not rooms. Room, space. Number 3. Ms. Berryman was checking our writing assignments, time. Waiting for the class to return from the action break, Ms. Berryman was checking our writing assignment. So it is a reduced adverb clause. While Ms. Berryman was waiting for the class to return from the action break, Ms. Berryman reduced it to waiting for the class to return. Time and reduced. Page 124 of the book. Number 4. During the last test, Ms. Pearson looked at one of her students' manner and reason. Okay, let's see what happened here. During the last test, Ms. Pearson looked at one of her students as if she suspected cheating because the student was looking around for someone to give them the answer. So as if and because. Number 5. Ms. Pearson told us there was no homework for the next class. Why? Time and reason. So, when talking to the class at the end of the day, Ms. Pearson told us there was no homework for the next class since everyone had done a great job finishing their class project. So, here we have a reduced adverb clause. When Ms. Pearson was talking to the class, when talking to the class, or even this when can be omitted, making it talking to the class at the end of the day, Ms. Pearson told us. Okay, and now section 4, page 127, change the reduced phrase in each sentence to a full adverb clause. Now here the story is the other way around. We have the reduced adverb clause. We want to see what the original sentence was. It says, we ran out of gas, independent clause, while driving home from the mountains. So we know that the subject of the reduced adverb clause surely is the subject of the main clause. It is a we. While we and the past tense, we drove or we were driving home. So it will be we ran out of gas while we were driving home. Let's see the answer. Yeah, we ran out of gas while we were driving home from the mountains. Not a good idea, but it happened. Number 2, before leaving, we. So you know that it must be before we left. We had forgotten. Yeah, so let's take a look at that. Before we left, we had forgotten to check the gas gauge. That's why they ran out of gas in the middle of nowhere. Seeing us standing beside the car, a friendly motorist driver offered us a ride to the nearest gas station. Oh, that's nice of them. So, seeing us, it should be a friendly motorist. So, when a friendly motorist saw us standing. So, the answer: when a friendly motorist saw us standing beside the car, he offered us a ride to the nearest gas station. Okay. Number 4, being cold and tired. We didn't talk very much in the car, so the subject is we, because we were cold and tired, right? Because we were cold and tired, we didn't talk very much in the car. Number 5, after getting some gas, the woman drove us back to the car. So the subject must be the woman. After the woman got some gas, the woman or she drove us back to the car. Yay. Although we bought the gas, here it says the woman. Okay, anyway, we cannot say after we bought some gas, the woman. If we want, then it will not be reduced. Here it is reduced, so the subject surely is the woman. And number 6, wanting to thank the woman for all her help, we offered. So, wanting to thank, it will be because we wanted to thank the woman. Because we wanted to thank the woman for all her help, we offered to give her some money. So that marks the end of the adverb clause chapter for us. We talked about different classes of adverb clauses, and we talked about how to reduce the adverb clause. And here just a very short note on some variations on adverb clauses reduction. For example, it says, since it was raining, we stayed indoors. So because of the rain. It is again reduced, it is again a phrase, it is again talking about adverb clause markers, but it is not what we see because the subjects are different, okay? So you can change the whole sentence. When the sun sets, it gets darker. Again, subjects are different. This is, for example, the weather. This one is sun. At sunset, it gets darker. Again, reduced, but not the way we know it. While I was sleeping, the phone rang. During my sleep, the phone rang. Although it was late, they continued working. Despite the lateness, despite the time, for example, they continued working. And because he was tired, he decided to go to bed early. Being tired, he decided this is what we had before. And although it was expensive, she bought. Despite its expense or its cost, she bought the dress. Okay, so I hope you got the adverb clauses in details, but I'm sure that by just once reviewing these videos, it's not possible to master and use them. If you want to use them, you'd better review these videos several times, make sentences with them, and little by little they will appear in your writing and finally, hopefully, in your speaking. Our next video will be a video on punctuation of coordinating conjunctions, conjunctive adverbs, and subordinated clauses. And after that, we will head for the adjective clause on page 128, which is very beautiful and very useful. So, just as a video review, what did we talk about today? We had a summary of the adverb clause, different types and things here. These concepts are essential to your professional grammar and writing and speaking, so please learn them completely. Different types of adverb clauses we talked about here. And here the reduction of adverb clauses. I told you if there is a to be, if there is no to be, how to do it. And then here are some examples, and then the exercises that we covered. The only beautiful thing here was frown at the idea of something, means not like something, dislike something, disapprove of something. And the rest of the word file didn't have anything for us, okay? I hope you have enjoyed this video, my friends. If you did, please leave your comments, like the videos, and subscribe to the channel. All of these will be beneficial for my channel. And please share the video with your friends, invite them to come and join the channel. Thank you very much. I hope you have a brilliant day ahead of yourself. Take very good care and bye.